And what is going on YouTube? Just another gaming channel, bringing you just another video. So sorry guys, I've not done a video in a little while. I just thought I'd do a second episode of Elite Dangerous. I don't know if people are interested in this game. I mean, there are channels that dedicate to this game and have many tens of thousands of subscribers. So I don't know if it's something you guys, I know probably most of you have subbed for early on for my Call of Duty stuff, then probably a lot of Destiny stuff. Now don't worry, when Destiny 2 comes out in a couple of weeks, in about 2 weeks, I will be grinding that game like crazy, guys. So there will be multiple daily videos, all the story with all characters, all strikes, raids, just all survivals and dungeons and everything you can think of. But what I've been doing here, guys, is I've come to Quince now. I've been grinding for 4 days solid, doing the same missions over and over. Basically, it's not cheating, it's not really an exploit either, but essentially once you get your level up with a mission, you get these scan missions, and like you get 140 grand, 847, 2 million, so you can collect sometimes up to like 15 of these missions are worth like 6 or 7 million, and you scan this base on a planet basically, and it's the same base for all missions. There's one area that you scan. Once you find it, you've got to locate it first. Well, I've been doing that for several days. I'm up to 701 million credits now. I was going to go to 1 billion, but I wanted my Anaconda ship, which is 140 million, plus upgrades. I mean, if you're going to get the best hull, it's 330 something million for the military grade reflective or reactive armor. I don't know, so I'm not going to buy that. But anyway, this is a shitty crap ship I'm in at the moment, the Sidewinder, the cheapest one. You do the scans, you blow yourself up, you respawn at the station, turn your missions, and then get some more. The first 6 hours I did this, I kept flying back to the station, which cost me about an hour's worth of flight time in total over those 6 hours, when I could have been earning money in that time. But anyway, we're going to go into my Python. We're going to head back to Civilization. So this is my shipyard. I transferred my ASP Explorer. This is the ship you saw on my first video here, because I thought this had a better jump range, but this seems to have a slightly better jump range, probably because I've modified the jump engines. And this is a Python. We'll be using... Okay, I'm going to cancel that. It seems like I've got some cargo I need to sell, probably from turning in the last few missions. So what we're going to do is... we're going to get rid of the cargo. So apparently I've taken out the cargo hold in my other ship, which is fine. I think I put an extra 64 tons of fuel in there. So what I want to do, I want to find a particular system controlled by, I think his name's Lee Chung or something, because he has a 10% discount on all ships. So I'm about to spend 140 million on ships. I might as well get a discount. Now this cost me, what did it cost me? It cost me about 40 something million, and I've spent about another 40 million on it. So yeah, this is a... Sorry guys, I've just got to put a fan on, I'll be back. It's too warm in here. Oh dear. Okay, I'm sorry if you can hear the blowing of the fan, I do apologise. Anyway, so this is my Python. It's a pretty big ship. It's got some pretty good weapons. The weapons aren't upgraded, unfortunately. I didn't have the materials at the time, but I will show you my ship, because I bought some cool camo for it. But I'm going to buy an Anaconda, which has got 8 utility ports, 8 weapons, and a shitload of space. I'll be able to have 2 fighter jets that I can go inside and launch, or I can have an AI crew member to launch it. It's going to be brilliant. So anyway, let me show you the ship. And what we'll do is I think I've got a system controlled by the guy I need to go to, and hopefully it's the right system. This system I picked before because it had all the ships basically. So, alright, we're going to go to the shipyard. I'm going to show you. No, I've been there twice, my bad. I'm going to go to outfitting. I'll show you my ship. This is a Python. It's really, really good. I got 3 large weapons and 2 mediums. So I put on 2. Well, I've got 2 beam lasers. I swapped them out for these pulse lasers for the heat, and then a large multi-cannon on the bottom. Look at that beast. And then two mediums. This has got 4 utility mounts. Now remember, the Anaconda's got 8 weapon ports and 8 utility mounts. Plus, it's got, size 7 and 8 slots rather than size 6. So it's going to have better class shields eventually. So this is, I've put some hull reinforcement packages on there for when, because I've been doing a community mission which has all been about combat, I'm in the top 10%, so if it reaches tier 8, I should get an extra 30 odd million. But that finishes today, so I will be going back there in my Anaconda once I bought it and upgrade it. I put in a detailed surface scanner because on the way here I scanned some planets and made an extra 2 million in credits. But anyway, we're going to launch. I'll show you the ship from the outside, guys. It's a beast of a ship, it's a big ship. I've upgraded almost everything on it apart from weapons. It's a lot faster than it was, but the acceleration's not great, and the turn, it feels like you're really pulling against some G-forces when you try and manoeuvre the ship. The manoeuvring is very, very slow on this ship. But if you want to see, while we're inside, oh no, wrong button. So this is my ship, everybody. It's a lot bigger than it looks. I mean, if you look, there I am, tiny little dude in my seat. So you can see how big the ship is compared to those two cockpit seats there on the bridge. It's quite a sizable ship, this, and it's a well-armoured ship. It's classed as a medium ship, but it's like the biggest of the medium ships. It's almost, it can still land on a medium-sized pad, but it's much bigger than my ASP Explorer, which I still love that ASP Explorer. But anyway, oh crap! Oh, I've been in a very usable ship. I've been in the basic ship, but I upgraded the thrusters and everything. The acceleration on it was brilliant. So yeah, I can boost up to almost 400 on this, which is pretty good. So we're going to go to the galaxy map. I could always come back to the system if I run out of money. I wanted 1 billion credits, but I've really, since I made the 140 million, I've wanted to leave, and I didn't. So this is going to be a journey, though, guys. I mean, that's 600 light years away. Damn, son. Okay, let's plot a route, shall we? Okay. So I said, well, 40 jumps, damn. Now luckily I've got a decent fuel scoop, so I'll be fuel scooping fuel on the way at different stars. So here I am at Quince, and I'm gonna go. Oh, look how far down it goes. It's basically vertically straight down. Wow, look at that. It's all the way down there. You never quite realise, do you? So they're all my bookmark systems. That's where I spent a lot of time recently, all the way down there. And I want to do some exploration as well at some point, guys. See all these little dark clouds and big clouds, they're all nebulas, and I'd love to go and explore those nebulas. But anyway, guys, we're going to be making our first jump.
Frameshift drive charging.
So what we got? 15.9 light years away for the first jump. I was going to hope it'd be a quicker journey there for you guys, and I was just going to. That's why I brought my ASP Explorer over, because it has got it's got almost. I think, oh, this technically, when I read the two, this had a bigger jump range, but I think that's just, I don't know why it said that. Maybe it does. Now this is the drive I had on the ASP Explorer, and I swapped drives basically. They're both class 5A, but this one's been modified to give it more jump range. Okay, so we've got. See, I don't know whether to go and scan planets. I'll do a quick discovery scan. 12 new objects. It's probably been discovered and explored by somebody else, but I've not been here, so you can see here, look. So, for example, if I turn away, I'm just going to throttle off, slow down a little bit. Look how slow this thing turns. It's crazy. Crazy slow. Because I want to spin back up and we'll at least scan the sun. Ah, bloody hell. Okay, there we go. We'll get scanned. Such a beautiful game, guys. Honestly, if you like exploration games or combat or trading or piracy, mining, all of it, I mean, you can fly right next to these stars when you're scooping fuel. Your ship, you zoom out, your ship looks tiny. So that's been scanned. Just got a name now because technically I've scanned it. So that's 2,000 light seconds away. I want to find. Oh, okay, let's have a look. Speed up a little bit. We'll get back to the journey back to civilization. I mean, don't get me wrong. Most of these areas here. I mean, this system doesn't have anyone inside it. But I'm just curious how close I have to get. How close you have to get to things to do a detailed surface scan. First of all, you need the scanner, which is very expensive. And second of all, it depends on the size of the planet. Stars you can scan from a lot further away. Gas giants you can scan from a lot further away. So I'm travelling 21 times the speed of light at the moment. Still not in range. 300 light seconds away. 10 seconds in real time because I'm travelling so fast. I'll pull back on the throttle a little bit. Okay, we're starting to scan. We're going to really pull back now. Just curious. You know, because you do have an explorer rank, and turning in data for stars and planets you're scanning the system gets you quite a bit of extra credits if you do a fair amount. Not only that, it's not just that, but in actual fact, if you like, this system is unexplored to me. Why has that stopped scanning? It's unexplored to me, but other people have explored it and discovered it. Now, there are star systems that have never been explored, never been scanned, so I think you get more money for discovery. And when you discover these star systems, stars and planets, your name goes above the star and tells you who's it discovered by. And so I think it's pretty interesting. So there we go. So if I went onto the map now, that would have a detailed information about this planet. So for example, I go here. So it's an icy body. You know, there's the information about it. It's Earth masses, radius. So yeah, you know, it's not a fun thing to watch, I can imagine. I don't know, some people on other channels seem to like it when people explore. And I'm going to be locking on and making my journey back. I probably won't stop to scan anything unless if there's any big gas giants or any planets that look Earth-like or terraformable, I'll scan those because they're worth quite a lot of money when you turn them in. I mean, just on the way here, I had half the jumps that I'm doing now because I came from a couple hundred light years closer. And I still had 2.5 million credits worth of scans to turn in. And I didn't scan that much. I mean, I pretty much did an overall system scan when I got to each system. And then I scanned the odd individual planet here and there, but only a total of maybe 9 or 10 individual scans. I mean, some star systems have 30, 40, 50 planets. So I've discovered 10 new items there, and I'm about to do a full scan, another 30. So if we look at the system map, I'm just real scooping at the moment. So this is a trinary star system, eh? With there's a planet there that can be landed on. So can all these. So can all the ones that have got blue around them can be landed on. So every single moon, essentially. I mean, it's so impressive that some people have come and scanned every one of these, eh? It's really impressive. I'm just going to do a few gas giants, guys, because, like I said, I'm sure sometimes they're worth quite a bit. Sometimes 30, 40,000 a planet, you know. And I think, like I said, the Earth-like ones, all the ones that are, I mean, look how that's a big one. So that's allowed me to scan from 300 light seconds away initially, which is very good. So that's allowed me to scan that, and I can come in a little bit closer. Slow down a bit. I mean, look at all these moons it's got. And flying near it, flying into a ringed planet is absolutely beautiful, guys. I've got to show you that, actually. Let me just scan on one of its outer moons or something while I'm here. So it's got 1, 2, 3, 4. It's got something like 4 or 5 moons there. You can see all those orbits. So obviously this is such a small planet or moon, I have to get a lot closer to scan it. There we go. I just want to show you guys, if you've not seen it, because the combat zone I've been fighting in is a resource extraction point, and the resource extraction points are the rings areas of big gas giants. They look smooth, like beautiful dusty rings, but when you drop out of FTL, or frame shift drive in this case, the massive asteroids, and we've been fighting all around these massive asteroids in rings around ring planets, and that's been the big community goal, is this combat mission. And I'm in top 10%. I've personally killed about 14 million credits worth of bounties on people, so obviously that's quite a lot. I've always been in a team with my teammate, but you can have up to a wing of 4. We have joined up with people in those cases. But for those that don't, I mean, this game's beautiful. Just look at the freedom you've got. I mean, this is one star system, and there's over 400 billion star systems in this game to explore and planets to land on, and you can drive around in your little buggies and mine the planets, or you can mine asteroids from your ship, or you can launch fighters from your starship and fly around at super speeds, boosting along. It's brilliant, guys. Absolutely brilliant. So I'm just doing tiny little scans here, guys. I might as well do them while I'm here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, once I've scanned this, I'm just going to fly to that gas giant. I just want to show you what it looks like when you drop out of FTL and you enter in when you're entering the ring. So just flying around them in Super Cruise is absolutely beautiful. So we'll scan this while we're here, guys. So what's going to usually you can find a. I'd love to join this chat, but I can't unfortunately because I'm recording. Look how beautiful and smooth this is, and you can fly really, really close. Now, normally, if it's a system well known, and there's a present people in the system, there's usually extraction points, which are mining areas in these rings. So there are none for me to target. So I don't know how close I'm actually getting to the rings, but. I just slow down a bit. I mean, just look how beautiful it is. And you can fly through these rings, but once you get close enough, you'll drop out of FTL, and you'll see what this beautiful ring system becomes. It's amazing, the transition, actually. I don't know how close I am. I think I'm getting pretty close. Look at this. Look at this, guys, eh? They fly around at these beautiful, beautiful. And this gas giant might be a small one compared to the other ones, but when you see them on a map, sometimes I've gone to tiny little gas giants that look tiny on the actual map compared to the other gas giants. You can get here and it's massive like this because you don't realise the relative size. You're nothing. You're nothing compared to Earth, let alone a gas giant that's probably 10 times the size. But okay, we're gonna too fast to drop out, so you can see it changing. We're gonna drop out. Oh, too close. So. Now I dropped out a little bit too far away, but these are a little like the ice based. But normally you drop right out in the middle of them. You can fly through these, you can mine them. Okay, mass locked now, so. But it's quite impressive, I think, that these ring systems, they look like these. Look at this. It's amazing. Billions of asteroids, trillions even. And you can fly through them. You're going to shoot them. Can't really do anything with these, it's not a mine laser. So, you know, like I said, I just wanted to show you the transition, guys, of that amazing smooth flight, and then you drop out into this. I think it's fantastic. So I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to start boosting out of here. Sorry, I don't use the cameras often because well, I don't know record with it, do I? But I need to boost. How do I boost? I guess I can't in this area. Okay, well, back inside. Get rid of the weapons. So I'm going to jump back into FTL or frame shift drive, should I say. Sorry, guys. I use FTL, warp drive, fast and light. You know, whatever, just interchangeably. I use them synonymously with one another, even though it's technically called frame shift drive in this game. So what we're going to do, oh no, I went to the galaxy map by accident, my bad. So we're just going to find the next, so look at all these, there's like 40, 50, there's like almost 60 items that are unexplored. I wonder how much I get for scanning every single place. It'll be interesting to see, but anyway, we're going to jump again, we're going to actually jump into hyperspace, or witch space as it's called on here. I think it's called witch space, as in WITH, as in witch, as in not magic, you know, witch space, void, null space. There's lots of names for for it in lots of different shows and games. The new update and beta's just finished on the PC. You'll finally be able to repair your own hull. You can repair modules, but your hull damage remains. Now you can buy robots essentially that you launch from your ship that'll slow down. That's at least a trinary star system. So I think they're the 3 new stars we've just discovered on positive. It is. Okay. I think there's only the 3 stars in this system, you know. Scan that one for a second. Okay. Pull down the throttle a little bit. See if you can't scan the other 2, because I'm pretty sure when I just finished my scan, it only detected 3 items in total. So yeah, so I jumped out of hyperspace into the middle of those 2. Sometimes it's binary black holes, or a star system with a neutron star, or some amazing stuff in this game. I know I shouldn't really keep doing this, guys, because I really want to just get back to civilization and show you my new ship. We are actually moving. We're only going 30 kilometers a second. I know. There we go. 1/4 light speed, or 1/5 light, 1/8 light speed. Jesus. Oh, I wasn't scanning it. What the hell? Guess I wasn't aligned enough. Slow down a bit. So, just to confirm, like I said, I thought there was only 3. Oh, 4, okay. Oh, 5, wow, it's a 5. Wow. That's 5 stars, eh? Jesus. A red dwarf and a brown dwarf, eh? Anyway, that's fine.
Frameshift drive charging.
I'll jump to the next system. I'm a little bit tired, to be honest. Yeah, I was meant to do the Zer video last week, and I did all the tags for it, the date and stuff, and then I think I might have fallen asleep. I'd been awake for like, I think I've been awake for like 8 days at that point, and then I fell asleep like at about 8 o'clock in the morning, and when I woke up it was later, so I'd missed the deadline for it. I was really gutted about it. Oh, do you know what I realised? I didn't have my scan active, that's why I didn't pick up those other. It's so tempting to go and scan stuff. Oh crap. Sorry, one button. It's so tempting to go and scan stuff, but it really is tempting. So I don't think all these are landable. I don't think any of these look like the terraformable though, do they? I don't think so. Anyway, I'm just going to jump straight to the next area. I'll jump to FTL, damn it. And what we'll do, we'll at least slow down when we jump into each system. We'll scan each primary star. Plus we'll do an overall scan as soon as we get there to collect everybody in the system, but no detailed information on any of the planets or anything, which is unfortunate. So what, if there's over, we'll say, slow them right down. I'm going to select this as a target. There we go. Do a scan. We'll say if there's over 10 objects in a system, I'll have a look at the map. Because if there are any that are Earth-like, it'd be worth finding out. Now these don't look very Earth-like, do they? No. So there's a red dwarf. Got a bit of fuel. I'll do that. I'll to the next system. All these. Oh, we're entering the hip systems. There's a lot of hip systems. Hip hop. I said the hippity hop.
Frameshift drive charging.
What I'll do is, because this is probably going to take longer than I thought, we're already on 25 minutes, I'll get to the station. If it's got the ship that I want, I'll buy the ship to show you, but I won't actually do any upgrades on it until next video, and that way we can have an entire video dedicated to buying and upgrading stuff. I mean, we can buy everything on the next video, but then I'd want to probably modify a lot of it if I had the material, so we could always go to an engineer. Could jump to an engineer system.
Fuel scooping.
41 items, objects. Still 34 jumps left though. Oh, look at all these. All these are landable. You can land and explore all these and mine. You know, if you got your little buggy, you find certain rocks you can shoot open and collect minerals from. Oh no, turn that off. Nearly overheated then. Crap. My bad. So I defected on my power play because there's a way to access prismatic shields, which are the most powerful in the game, but I needed to be with a different faction, so I've gone to Empire faction. And in actual fact, my status is pretty good. We'll talk about this later on. Well, basically I'm allied with the Federation, I'm allied with the Empire, I'm allied with the Alliance. They're the highest ranks you can get. I'm still ranked Petty Officer with the Federation. In order to buy and fly the Corvette, I need to be a Rear Admiral, I think, or an Admiral. Vice Admiral, Rear Admiral, something, at least some type of Admiral, basically, I need to be. Okay, another 30, 34, 30, 37 items, I do believe.
Fuel scooping complete.
Oh no. It's so tempting to just spend time scanning all this stuff. Oh, I so want to. I mean, I'm doing that overall scan every time I enter a system. I'm holding down the R2 button. I will get, you know, a fair bit of money for that when I turn it into the universal cartography section. Now, I have modified my frame shift and things. You know, it still takes a long time to charge up. There's lots of modifications you can do to your frame shift drive. You can make it lighter, you can have it armoured so the module is protected, you can have it so it's got a further jump range, you can have it so it boosts up, like, you know, you can enter your frame shift drive faster, you know, the spin up time's a lot faster. There's lots of modifications you can do to every weapon and every item. There must be 24 different mods you can do to everything in the game. So it's a tremendous amount actually, guys. I was meant to do an individual scan on the system, wasn't I? On each star, and I've not done that. Okay, from now on, guys, from the rest of the jumps, we're going to pull back on the throttle. Pull back on the throttle and scan the main sequence star. I think the Anaconda, you can modify the jump drives, and depending on its weight and things, it can have up to about a 40 light year jump range. I think it's the biggest one. I think it's the biggest jump range in the game. Now people argue that the Diamondback is, but I find out that it's dependent on like fuel, and so basically light year, weight for weight, the Anaconda does a bigger jump basically. So I'm going to slow right down. I'm going to select the star. We're going to scan it. At the same time, I'm going to do an R2 scan. It's a universal scan. 15 new items there. Oh, we are still actually moving, guys, but only 30 kilometers a second, which means I'm 8 hours, 16 minutes, 23 seconds away from that star at this speed, and even a slight increase in speed, you know, suddenly I'm doing 20 million miles a second, 20 million meters a second. Sorry about the habit about checking. You know, I'm curious. I want to know what a terraformable planet looks like. Does this look like? Is this a terraformable planet? Sure, I'm just going to scan this one, guys, because I don't know. Like an Earthlight, you think you generally see an Earthlight, it's going to be green and bluish. It's going to have like water on it and shit like that. I just want to scan this one planet. I'm just curious. Put some pips into engine so accelerate a little bit faster. So that's 420 light seconds away. It won't scan at 300 like those big gas giants. It's too small, I do believe. Well, I'm already going 6 times, 7 times the speed of light, 9 times the speed of light, 11 times the speed of light. So as you can see, I'm only 24 seconds away. 23, 20, 19, 18, and I'm getting faster and faster. So you know how the game works. When you hit 6 seconds, if you're going too fast, the gravity well will grab hold of you, and you'll accelerate way too quick. So I'm slowing down now, guys, on purpose. There we go. We're starting to scan at 60 light seconds and 11 real seconds. So the blue lines of the gravity well. Once that gets you, it will, if you're going too fast, catapult you or slow you down. So I love the fact that gravity works in this game. I think it's brilliant. It really does as well. Okay, let's have a look. See what it says about that planet that we've just scanned. So we've just scanned this one. Okay, it's not terraformable. It's a high metal content world, metallic core. Apparently, the atmosphere is water rich, nitrogen, water, and ammonia. Okay, it's not landable though, guys. I've already said the only planets or moons that are landable are the ones that have got the a little blue circle around. And I love flying into planets, I really do. And it's like you drop from orbit to cruise, and if you start gliding, and you're gliding at 2,500 miles an hour, and then your glide stops, and then you're traveling 300 kilometers a second max speed, and then you slow down, you drop your landing gear, you land, and you transfer into your buggy, and you deploy, and you drive around, and low gravity wheels. Your buggies have got thrusters on the bottom to do jumps and things, and boost up if you get stuck. So most moves and that are pretty low gravity if they're not that close, especially when they're not close to the main sequence star. And what that means is when you boost, sometimes you can spend as 5, 6, 10 seconds in air, longer even on really low gravity planets. I think the highest gravity planet I landed on was a 2 times Earth G, which is not much, but oh my god, it really kicks my ass, man. Like, what you end up going way too damn fast. Even when you thrust down, because of gravity, like, you really do get pulled down. You're reversing, or you're like pulling up on thrusters, and you're still dropping like a brick. So you have to like tilt your ship up, and you're still flying down like hundreds of meters a second. Then you fire your boosters, and you're boosting against gravity, and you're facing away from plane. Your boosters are kicking in, your ship's shaking, and you're still dropping because of gravity and weight of your ship. It's fantastic. It really is fun. I keep forgetting to slow down and scan the main sequence start. My bad. Okay, this is going to be a big white one or a small white one. It's definitely a. Ooh, it's like our star. It's a G-type. Pretty sure this is a G-type star, guys. Slowing right down. I'm going to scan. Okay. Let's scan it. We'll find out. Actually, if this is a G-type star, which I'm pretty sure it is, like, our star looks orangish yellow, like doesn't it, through our sky? But actually, our star is our sun in our system is actually very, very white. It only looks the colour we see it as because of the way light's refracted through our atmosphere. So our star is actually a white star, very, very white. If you're in space and you look at it, it's very white. It's got a tiniest hint of peach. So none of these. Does that look like a? Does that look like an Earth-like world? That one's not, is it? Surely. Is that one? What do you think, guys? It doesn't really look like it, does it? I'm not going to risk flying over there. 900 light seconds away. Still 29 jumps away, guys. I'm going to really have to start making a move on this, getting to where I need to be. Identify signal source. Hang on. There's no people in this system. I wonder what that's from. Ah, too late. I was going to slow down and drop out, get closer, drop out of FTL and scan it. Sorry, drop out of Super Cruise. For those that are fans, I know this is called Super Cruise when we're going multiples of light speed. I know this is frameshift drive when we're jumping into hyperspace or which space from system to system, but I am using the terms interchangeably because see, that's what we think our star looks like, but I think that's an M-class star.
Fuel scooping.
Damn it, I'm too close to it again. Damn it. You know what? We're not gonna bother with slowing down to scan stars. We'll do overall scans as we go through the system, but the reason I'm not going to do that is because it'll take too long, I think.
Frameshift drive charging.
Frameshift drive charging. I mean, I put an extra 64 tons of fuel. It comes with standard as a 32 ton fuel capacity. I bought an extra 64 ton fuel capacity tank. I'll be honest, I don't need it. If you were exploring thousands of light years away, I'd take one just in case you hit a chunk of stars that you can't fuel scoop from. Because there are areas that are just, there aren't many stars that you can't actually scan from, can't scoop from. This is not one.
Fuel scooping.
22 objects, eh? This game is so freeing, guys. I know, like, it might seem boring watching this, but I can't tell you how satisfying it is just flying in space like this, and just flying from star system to star system, looking at the sun as it goes past you in the window. I think it's amazing. It really is.
Frameshift drive charging.
I'm just gonna go. Sorry. Jump. These nuts. But mate, I cannot wait for Destiny 2, guys. I really can't. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome to the max. Yeah, this is an M-type star. Scanning away. Probably a red dwarf star, I'm guessing. Yeah. M-class, yeah, red dwarf.
Fuel scooping.
Oh, it must be so satisfying. I've scanned many unexplored systems, but they've already been discovered by somebody else, but they're non-explored to me. You know, but it's there's billions, hundreds of billions of star systems that people have not even discovered yet. You know.
Frameshift drive charging.
Another 19.8 light year jump. Three, two, one, engage. So we're entering another white star. White star's class F. I can't remember. What class? Oh, it's not white. Well, it is, but no, it's not a white star. It's a G star. I think they're called yellow stars. Even though that'll be class G, I think, type G. I'll know in a minute when it's finished doing a detailed surface scan. Oh, type F, it is a white star. Okay, yeah, it just looks a bit yellow, doesn't it? So it's type F. So it's a white star, but there are stars that are a lot whiter than that when you enter systems. Look how black that is because how close it is to the star. It's amazing.
Fuel scooping.
So that was a class F. Our star in our system's a class G. While our star does actually appear white, it's a class G and it's known as a yellow star. That was a class F, a white star, but there are some stars that are a different class to that. The pure white. White dwarfs is one of them. A neutron star would be another. Sorry, I thought I was already spooling up the frameshift drive. My bad. Boom.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's see where we go. It's a bit bright on the eyes there. I do want to slow down and scan it, but I won't, guys. I promise. When I get to where we need to go. I think there's only one item, yeah. Just the one star in this system. No planets. Yeah. Interesting.
Frameshift drive charging.
Frame shift. 3, 2, 1. Okay, 4, 3, 2. Agree. In there as well, I do believe. Oh no, I didn't have my scanner active. Crap. 2 items. Binary stars, yeah, you can see them on my map. Oh, one to my right, one behind. But that's all that's in the system. You do an overall like universal scan, universal discovery scan. That'll scan, tell you how many bodies are in a star system. Anywhere between 1 and 200, I guess. But the detailed surface scanner is what gets you individual data on each planet. The Universal Discovery Scanner is the one that costs about 1.3 or 1.8 million credits. So early on, it's a very expensive piece of equipment. But the basic scanner only has a very small range of about 500 light seconds. So you could scan from here, but miss 80% of the items in a system if you're not close enough. Jump there. Hit 72053. How many more jumps? 22. Oh. Probably shouldn't have spent all that time. Well, I didn't spend that much time, only like total like a minute and a half scanning things. Probably in total. Left type star, I do believe. 40 objects, dang.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Let's see what's in the system in here, folks. They don't look very Earth-like, do they?
Frameshift drive charging.
So all the lines you see, the blue lines are gravity wells, or the yellow lines are orbits. So there's orbits around the planets, then orbits around the planets orbiting the stars, moons orbiting the planets. You can turn all these off if you want a more realistic view, but I like to have one so a good guideline in when you're gonna feel the force of gravity. When just useful, especially when you're fuel scooping. If you fly too close to a star, a green line around it shows you that stay outside this zone. It's like that green area is like stay outside this zone, or your ship's gonna fly into the star and you're gonna blow up.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
Spooling up the FTL, frameshift drive. can't wait for Destiny 2, guys. I really can't wait, honestly. No idea. Grind the hell out of that game. Start a new team. Start a new clan on there. That'd be awesome. Back to enter hostile power. Oh, still 19 jumps away, guys. That's not good, is it? We're tempted to leave it here, and then the next time I post the video will be when I finally arrived, and we can buy the Anaconda, and I can buy the upgrades for it. Go through the ship and the specs on the weapons. Always do that, so you don't have to sit around for the next 19 jumps. It's only going to be probably 5 minutes worth of more video, I guess, if I just jump there straight away. Slow down some gravity there. Speeding up. What I could do is you can just quit the game when you're in flight and it'll load you back up to that star system in your ship. I don't really like to land at stations and things. I could always find if there's a planet or station to land on. So none of these systems are habited, are they? There's a lot that are not habited. It's a shame you can't. If you're part of a group or whatever, or even individually, you can't like mine and build a starbase of your own in a particular system. So, well, there's another identified source. Shit. Oh crap! I was going to scan it. I forgot to name this ship. Make sure we name the Anaconda. I wanted to. I called my ASP Explorer the Agamemnon. I don't know what name to use. The next ship. Ooh, there's a starport. Who's this? It's a Federation. Let's say, well, let's dock here, guys, and then what I'll do is, rather than you waiting around for me to get to where I'm going, because I don't even know if that's the right system. It's owned by the guy I want to go to, but there's one star system that I found that owned every single ship, and it had like a massive. It had pretty much every ship and every utility, and they're all 10% cheaper because it's owned by this guy. But what we'll do is we're going to dock at this star system. Going too fast, way too. Why didn't I? Not even. It's been so. I've been doing the same thing for so long that I didn't even think about my speed then. Way too fast. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Pull around slowly. Still going way too fast. Come on, slow down. Something tomorrow. Oh, there we go. Watch out for dogs like that planet. So when you're within 6 seconds, you've got to be at its natural decrease speed, or even if you boost for a split second, you'll overshoot because gravity takes hold. It's actually very frustrating because the tiniest little nudge, even though you might be 10 seconds away, the tiniest little nudge will boost you past the point where you can control it essentially. So I've got to be below 1,000 kilometers a second, which I'm at 600-ish, and slowing. So we're fine. There we go. We're going to drop out of Super Cruise. There we go. So you just saw a flash in that was ship entering FTL there. That was brilliant. 20 seconds out. That's a long way away. I've never dropped out that far before. Okay. Request docking. Slow down.
Permission granted.
There we go. I've got an auto-dock computer on, which, you know, it only takes up one slot, but the minimum kind of slots you have on these sort of ships are 3s and 4s. So it's a big waste of a unit that might take up four slots. So it is a waste, but they're so convenient. I've got to admit, it's messed up once, and it only got stuck on something. That's all. But I mean, don't worry. I was hoping that they'd have these docking computers like they did in the original game, and by the time I got around to affording one and finding one, I was excellent at landing, and I'm great at landing. You know, I've just landed on planners maybe several hundred times in the last couple of days doing the same scout missions to grind the credits. I can land on stations fine, but there's something so convenient about using this. I hate the music, but still, you know, you can activate auto docking and go and make yourself a drink. It's fantastic. Now, I admittedly, I'm getting off for two reasons and leaving it here. One was because I don't think you guys really want to see. I didn't think this video would be on for an hour. It's been on 50 minutes. I thought I'd be able to jump there in a lot quicker time than that. Obviously, I was wrong. Okay, there's no look, there's no shipyard here. I was entering hangar just to check. The second reason is I actually feel really, really goddamn ill. All of a sudden, for no apparent reason, I've just gone really ill. So I'm going to quit and save it here, guys. And for those that do watch, thank you. On the next video, we'll be at the required destination, and we will be hopefully showing the Anaconda. Well, I'll be buying the Anaconda and equipping it, so you guys get to see that bad boy. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. Destiny 2 very, very soon, and I'll see you all on the next one. So cheers.